Today, guys, we're going to work on modulation. And do you have more than one speed at distance?
Today's video is brought to us by Mantis. The Mantis family of products is integral to ASP staff building handgun and carbine skills and are your most economical and fastest path to improvement in your skills too. Whether you choose the X10, the Laser Academy, the Blackbeard, or use them all in concert, they will help your practice be more effective, efficient, and fun. Go check them out, pick up a unit, and thank them for sponsoring today's video.
Hey guys, Brian Hill with the Complete Combatant. This is Active Self-Protection Extra, and this is brought to you by Mantis X. This is your Dry Fire Monday, which will have no dry fire in it. We're going to confirm this live because there's a component that I need for the live shooting. A great way to spend time and energy is modulating your draw stroke relative to target size. The only thing that really matters is the size of the target. That tells us how fast we can go, nothing else. All right. There are 5 things that affect target size to us. They are bigger, mediums, or smallers. The distance affects the way we perceive it. Target doesn't change size, but the perception of it does. There's something in the way or behind it, and that changes it, or you're working from cover. You're moving, the target's moving, or you're both moving. All right, so those things really affect how we shoot. And as long as we practice these drills and we get to the point where we just go off the speed that the target requires, it's good. Now, we all like to get on the guy who likes to go really fast because he gets a lot of misses, and usually he makes the correction sooner in his career because it's not rewarding to have misses. All right, you have to be very stubborn to say, I'm just going to go fast and miss and be all right with it. But accuracy first shooters get rewarded because they hit the target, and they tend to shy away from the timer or knowing exactly what their limits are. So instead of calling you accuracy first shooters, I'm going to call you only shooting small size targets. That's all you can do. If it's got to be super small because it refines your goals effectively. All right. And therefore, what I see like in my trifecta drill is the body shot and the headshot sometimes are often really slower than the 2-inch circle. And that shouldn't be, guys. There's no margin for error. So it means you're just shooting 2-inch circles no matter what, at whatever distance you're at. So we're going to work on this from 25 yards. I have a piece of Alpha Charlie Zone steel, which is USPSA. It's a little big for this, but we're working on the draw speed and being able to hit it. All right. What I'm looking for is tracking the dot, getting ahead of the process, and being able to get a hit on it. If the microphone cuts out, you may not hear it ring. This is not about whether I'm hitting the target every time, but I will be honest, guys. I probably will, and if I don't, I'll just say I didn't hit it. It's not about that. It's about practice and modulation in a way you can improve your hand speed and slowing down and vision and trigger press. This is a great drill for y'all. All right, so we're going to draw and fire 1 to the Alpha Charlie Zone on the steel. One, 3, 9. All right. So it's a draw and fire 1 shot to an Alpha and 1, 3, 9. And I'll tell you the truth, I had to correct a little bit. I felt like I was a little behind that one, but that's a usual number for me. I'm going to do it again, make sure it's the regular thing. Okay, that one definitely had some correction. It came out high on the right shoulder, so it was a 1-5-2. A 1-5-2. 1-5-2. So I had to make a correction. Was it worth it? It cost me about 1/10 of a second. Yes, it was incredibly worth it. I'd rather hit the target. I was going to fire the shot because I had assessed the goal. So this time I'm going to try it one more time, see if I can get back in the groove. So it's fully present for the process. That's what makes a big difference. And it's faster if you do that. What a novel thought. I could have speed and accuracy, and you can too. Guys, it's the way you practice. Quit trading one for the other. Know what's allowed and what's on it. So now what I need to find out is I know I have a draw between 1-3 and 1-5. So what would it take me to fire another shot? All right. My splits should be about 0.6 for me at this distance at 25 yards. That's about right for me. I'm going to track the dot, be ready to fire when it comes back in. So I'll draw and fire 2 shots this time. Hey, look, I jumped. All right, that's good. Trying to get ahead of the buzzer. Always be trying to get ahead of it. All right, let's try it again. 141 and 203, so it's a 60 split or so. All right. I got echo on it, so it's not even that because it's registering 3 shots. So it's 192 with a 52 split. That's good. All right. And that's about right for me. A 50, so at 7 yards, 0.2 splits, at 15.3, at 25.5. See, those 0.2 increments are creeping in there. That's about the right place for me to be. Let's do it one more time, see if I just didn't get lucky on that. So the process works. 139, a 46 on the split. So maybe I've been lagging a little bit. Maybe I'm on the 40s. So what I'm going to do is check and see if that number now, if I'm starting to scale down on these splits, gaining confidence with them, and I'm going to fire more than 2 this time. All right. So I'm just going to fire multiple shots and watch to see how the splits work out, which will give me a better average. Okay, so I had a miss next to last shot. All right. So 142 on the first one. That's right where I should be, like a metronome with that. A 45 is the next split. So that was pretty quick. All right. And now I got a bit of ringing. It was 11 plus 29. So that puts me at a 40 again. All right. A 39. All right. And a 40. And then a 72, which was a correction. All right, so the 40 was a miss, just barely, and a 72 was calling my shot, which is great because I knew I had missed without waiting for the steel to feed me back. I saw the dot fade off, so I made it up, and that cost about 1/4 of a second. So if I'm shooting these at 0.4 or 0.5, it should be 0.65 to 0.75. So I know my process is working. All right. This is why the timer is important. It's not to beat incremental bits of speed. It's to check and see if you understand your own process and you're holding yourself accountable to a repeatable index. All right. If you have that, your self-image grows, and then you know you can perform well under pressure. But if you don't measure yourself, you're just an unknown to both yourself and to the opponent. So get a timer, work on it. Now, so some of you are going to say, well, let's see that steel. All right. You can see it down there. Okay, let's go look at it. All right, so there's a piece of steel down here. You saw me walk. It's a ways away. I didn't paint the steel today. You can see the fresher marks here. Most of those are in the upper alpha zone, so that's fantastic. But it's not a pure accuracy drill. It's a speed and efficiency and accuracy drill. So I'm working on performance mode and trying to get better. I hope that helps you guys with your practice. Remember, dry practice can't get out of quantity with live practice. So if you're spending a lot of time in dry practice, make sure that you go and confirm it with live practice. I found 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5 is a real sweet zone, but most of us can't get to the range that often. Don't let it go more than 10 dry practices without some live confirmation and some feedback on it. On the Manus, you can do the holster draw analysis for this drill and fire 1 shot. It works out great for that. It's unfortunate I can't show that at the same time. It would be very helpful. Shows your reaction time, vertical pull, horizontal press, and how long you spend on the time. And then you can look at the graph, and the graph will show you how you aimed. And that's very good to see if that's what I saw on the dot. And what that does is give me another set of eyes to call my shots. All right, guys, I hope that helps you. Some good shooting. It's good to be on the range. Been super busy, traveling a lot, hosting at the National Conference for Active Self-Protection and at Quest at home. And it's been hard to get to the range, so I've really been trying to zero in and get some live practice in. So I carried you guys along with me. You got to practice with me, and I hope that'll help some of you guys get better at it. All right? So use your Manus to do it. Subscribe to the channel, Active Self-Protection Extra. And I'm Brian Hill with The Complete Combatant. And as we did today, measure, refine, and perform.